Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving a 1962 Willys pickup. Up front is a 5.2 liter V8, and down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. Now this video is not going to be like any other video that I've done, because this is not going to be any form of consumer advice. If you're looking to buy one of these, sorry champ, you can't. This is a completely custom vehicle, and I'll talk a lot about that later on, but it is so freaking cool. That is why I'm excited to drive it today. I'm excited to share it with you. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zackpreidel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And huge thank you to Robguy's Garage for letting me take out this vehicle. If you want more detailed info on this build, please go check out his YouTube channel that will be linked in the description below. So what is this? Well, the body is a 1962 Willys pickup. The owner owned it since he was 15 years old, and it's been through several iterations. But right now, it's riding on a 1998 Dodge Ram 1500 chassis. The complete running gear of the Ram 1500 is still intact. So that's that 5.2 liter V8 4-speed auto, and it does have 1-ton Dana 60 axles from a 96 Ram. Rob chopped the chassis about 18 inches to shorten the vehicle because the Willys was a lot shorter than the Ram 1500, but everything else was left intact. So let's get back to that 5.2 liter Magnum V8. As you'll look at these underhood shots, yes, you are seeing power steering. You are seeing air conditioning. Everything under here is stock besides the radiator. Because of size restraints of the engine bay of the Willys, he had to go for an aftermarket radiator and move the engine itself back about 6 inches to make it fit properly under the hood, but it's all factory Dodge Ram. Like I said, paired to it is a 4-speed automatic, again, factory to the Dodge Ram. The owner suspects that this might have a shift kit done to it. It was rebuilt at some point because Dodge Ram transmissions in the 90s were absolutely garbage and horribly unreliable. So it has been rebuilt, and it's been giving the owner no trouble at all, which is wonderful to see. Last but not least, it is 4-wheel drive, like I said, with those Dana 60 Dodge axles out of a 96 Ram. How does it feel to drive the 1962 Willys pickup Restomod? Well, unsurprisingly, drives a lot like a 1998 Dodge Ram. However, there are some major differences. First of all, it does feel a lot shorter. It feels, quite frankly, stubby, which is not a bad thing. I've been called stubby most of my life, and people seem to still like me for some reason. But it rides a lot harder than a 98 Ram. Why is that? It's lighter. Well, that's actually the reason, because there's less load on the suspension. It actually rides a lot bouncier because this truck is used to carrying around 1,000 extra pounds. This weighs 1,000 pounds less than the standard Ram. So with a fully loaded bed, this truck will actually ride a lot nicer, which is contrary to what you would probably assume. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me directly, I have nothing. This is the factory Dodge Ram steering wheel. Love to see it. And cruise control on it, of which, yes, the cruise control still does work. Off to the left, we have the headlight switches, again, pasted from the Dodge. And on the door, we have the original smoker's windows from the Willys, as well as the original crank and latch to get in and out. This is all factory Willys stuff. Very cool to see that mix of technologies. Moving into the center, this is the gauge cluster from the Dodge Ram. Everything still works. The coolant temperature reads properly, oil pressure, battery voltage. It's all correct. It's just moved into the center, of which this is where the original Willys gauge cluster would have been. So very cool that Rob kept that. Then we have the original Willys ashtray, and down below we have the Ram's heating and air conditioning options. Like I said, they both still work. Moving up into the center console, this is actually not out of a Ram. This is out of something completely different. A 98 Dodge Dakota. So just the littler Ram, which is very, very cool. The center console does have cup holders, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test. And unfortunately, it fails. Very predictable, but it fails. The seats are comfortable and bouncy. They're very 90s and cushy, and this was sort of the last era, at least in my opinion, of very, very comfortable seats. That's evident here in this Willys Restomod. So I love the fact that Rob used 98 Dakota seats instead of the old worn out Willys seats that were over half a century old. However, speaking of seats, we don't have any back seats, but we'll hop around the very back and do a bed/cargo space review. All right, so we're on the back of the Willys Restomod, and a couple of really cool things to note. First of all, this is stained and built by the owner. This is pine wood 2x4s. Really, really love that old style look to it. Love that. But he also has a bunch of signatures on the back. I hope you could see that with the sun, of people he's met and showed the truck to, most notably Cletus McFarland and the newest addition. Pretty cool to see that, and mine will be stained and forever a piece of this truck, which is really, really cool. But overall, here's the bed. He does use it for truck stuff. He does take it mudding. He does everything you would do with a cool truck like this. Rob does it, and so that is all helped out by the rear bed. Down here, we do have some leaf spring mounts. Again, factory Dodge. We have a little trailer hookup 7 and 4 pin, and this is the gas tank. It looks vintage, like it was like this, but that's just where the factory Dodge Ram gas tank goes. So this actually isn't a factory Dodge Ram gas tank, however, that is actually out of an XJ Cherokee. It's a little bit smaller because of the shortening. They couldn't fit the full tank in there, so just something to know, but very, very cool around the back of the Willys. Now we got to talk about the looks, and this thing looks absolutely amazing. I love the flat green look to it. It's very old style, and looking at it, you would think, oh, this is just an old truck that someone lifted and some bigger wheels on, and you couldn't be further from the truth. This car has gone through so many surgeries and iterations that it's really cool to be seeing rolling down the road. I think it's wonderful, and these are 37-inch Pro Comp XT2 tires with 17x9 Raceline Rock Crusher wheels. Also, there is no suspension lift. This is the normal ride height of the Ram 1500 from 1998, but because of the body swap and the shortening, it actually looks like it's lifted, but it's not. It's standard. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving this behemoth of an automobile? Well, it's incredibly cool. Like, one of the coolest cars I think I've ever driven, because it drives like a modern truck. I don't have to sacrifice modern driving feel to drive a classic. Now, would a stock Willys pickup drive different than this? Am I getting the full experience of a Willys? No, but that's okay. I have all of the cool look and desire of the Willys, and I can bring this to a car show and drop jaws on the regular. But the owner drives this up to and from Wisconsin all the time. He just drove it for 2 hours yesterday without an issue because it's a modern truck, and that is absolutely lovely. This really truly is the best of both worlds. I never realized it to this point, but that's what Miley Cyrus was really singing about. She wasn't singing about her secret rock star career. She was singing about a 1962 Willys pickup on a 98 Ram 1500 chassis. It just took me all these years to finally realize it. And I think the biggest thing, what the owner and I talked about before I took this vehicle out, was the pride and joy he has driving this vehicle around, knowing that he built it. This truck is the way it is because of him, his grinder, and his welder, and a couple of cans of paint here and there. With enough planning and enough perseverance, you can build whatever the heck you want. And so more than anything, this truck is inspiring. Go out there and build what you want. Maybe it's a cool truck like this. Maybe it's a cool sports car. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's that relationship. Put in the time, put in the effort, sit down, write it out, and figure out what needs to be done. Look at it in a mathematical way. Rob didn't go, oh, the chassis is too long. He went, it's 18 inches too long. Let's cut out 18 inches and find the best place to do it. It was very analytical. It was doctoral. And that's a good way to approach life. If you want something done, roll up your sleeves and get it done. The joy will come later, and the joy is ever so sweet. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge, incredibly large thank you to Rob. Such a down-to-earth, awesome guy to talk to. We could have sat here and talked all day and just never made the video. He has a walk-around of this truck on his channel that does way better explaining than I ever could. So please go check that out if you are interested in this build. I highly recommend it. I also recommend Rob's channel. It's really cool. He does some like tractor pull stuff and whatnot. And so I would definitely check it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.